Actually, his name is Seidel. He has a bakery in his house, and he does these workshops, lechem apanim workshops. Anybody could go. He does it all year round. That's part of his parnasa. It was beautiful. So we did 3 menachos, 3 types. We did taida, the 4 lachmi taida. We did and the lechem apanim, basically. Shtei lechem apanim. But the lechem apanim he showed us how to do it, and he did the shape, and he had what he thought was the 2 shapes. Svina Rekedas, he had it round because he decided he said he actually did research and they never had a ship. A ship cannot be pointy because it'll tip over, it'll be unstable in the water. He did research. There was no such thing in those days as a pointy ship, where the hull goes like this. It was always more of a flat. Anyways, he had a few other rice that the bread would tip over, and he had actual build-up of the shulchan, the same size as the shulchan, the breads in the shulchan with the kanim, and then he b'chulu. By the way, Yeshua's not coming today, I think. So, however much coffee we'd have, whoever wants to help out on the coffee situation.
Every single person on the Daf Yomi chat should be sending you messages.
Yes. Oh, that's a great idea. Phone calls, text messages, yishkoyach. Great. Anyways, it was and then you got to eat the bread. Everybody was starving, so we all ate the bread. It was very good. And you made it yourself. You made there was oil and there was oil and bread. It was very good. It was fresh out of the oven. He has a real brick oven. No, the revucha was a little oily, yeah, because the revucha was cooked. No, it wasn't olive oil. It was a different oil. He said
that's the kind of oil they would use.
Right, but it's too smoky. It wouldn't be good for his house. The revucha was cooked in water, and then he took it out immediately, and then he put it in the oven, and then he put it into oil. Each person got their own bowl, and you made it, and it was a lot of fun. But he knew there was a ton of ideas. Like he filled us in a lot of. He showed us how you stick your hand into a bag of flour, and he pulled his hand out, and it was white. But if you put it into soilus, pull it out, it's clean. He explained what soilus is. Soilus basically is the grain of the wheat. In the grain, you have 3 parts of the grain. So you have to take off the shell. You have to soak that in water. But because you're not allowed to soak it in water because it comes chametz, so what they did is sheaf and beita. That's what we learned 500 times like this. Back and forth. So that became a lot more clear what the sheaf and the beita was. 500 times you go with your hand to remove that little skin on each grain. Each grain has basically trying to get to the center of it. So by hitting it 500 times, you're able to crack into the center. What?
How do you clean that off?
So there's different ways and different, for that you have to go to the workshop. But there's a lot of information there, and it's great to bring your family there as well. It's fun. It's hands-on, and instead of going to the chocolate factory, you go to the lechem apanim factory. All right, Daf Kuf Tes, second to last daf of the Masechta. We're starting from a Mishnah. The Masechta is ending off on a high note, on a Agadata kind of thing, fun stuff. Says the Mishnah, Harei olai oilo yakriveno b'migdosh. If a person says, I'm going to bring an oila, obviously, where do you bring an oila? You bring the Beis Hamikdash. So let's talk about Beis Chanya for a second, because we're going to be discussing Beis Chanya. What happened was, there was a Kohen Gadol named Shimon HaTzadik. Shimon HaTzadik was the last of Shiar Knesset Hagdolah. He was the first Kohen Gadol in the Bayis Sheni, and he served the Kohen Gadol position for 40 years. He's buried in Yerushalayim, right across from Arzei Abir, right Kfish Echad, right where the Arabs are. So a lot of people go in there. He's famous for saying, so when you walk into this caver, that's what people say. As we're going to see soon, his yard site is on Chavtes Tishrei, according to what people think today. We'll see in the Gemara why. Here's the big tzaddik. He had 2 sons, Shimi and Chanya. When he was nifter, right before he was nifter, he said, I'm giving over the position of Kohen Gadol to my second son, Chanya, who's 2.5 years younger than Shimi.
Shimi is not Shimi.
No. Shimon is the father. Shimi. Yeah, you think that it's comes from Shimi. Yeah. The bottom line is, for whatever reason, we're going to see the Gemara. There's a machlokes. What happened to Chanya? Why he had to run away? He ran away to Mitzrayim, and he built a bama over there, and it's called Beis Chanya. Either like a Beis Hamikdash. He built like a Beis Hamikdash, and Either he did it l'shem shamayim, for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, or he did it for Avodah Zarah. Now, says the Mishnah, if a person says to himself, I'm bringing an oila, so obviously an oila goes in the Beis Hamikdash. V'mikriva b'Beis Chanyoi lo yatsa. And if he brought it into the Beis Chanyoi Mitzrayim, lo yatsa, we're going to see in a second that sometimes you are yatsa. Lo yatsa, but not only are you not yatsa, you get something very bad called chorus. Harei alai oila shakir v'ena Beis Chanyoi. But if a person says, I'm bringing a oila on condition that I'm going to bring it to Beis Chanyoi, Yakriveno b'Hamikdash. That's a chiddush. I could bring it to Beis Hamikdash. V'mikriv Beis Chanya yatsa. Since that was his tnai. Now the Gemara is going to explain what's going on here. Why is that okay to bring it to Beis Chanya? Reb Shimon, there's a machlokes whether or not this is a real oila. Just if you shecht it in Beis Chanya, you're not over on anything, or it's not a real, it's a fake. It could be it's just a gift to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which I could bring in Beis Chanya. Reb Shimon Oimer. Ein zoy oila. Reb Shimon says that no. Reb Shimon, like Reb Shimon Bar Yochai. Reb Shimon Oimer ein zoy oila. This is a complete chulin animal, and if you bring it in the Beis Hamikdash, you're over. It's chulin ba'azara. I can't bring this animal as a oila in the Beis Hamikdash, like we were saying. Harei, now a similar case, but instead of an animal, it goes on the person himself.
Reb Shimon says you can't bring it anywhere.
Anywhere. It's chulin. I mean, you want to shecht chulin, you could shecht in your backyard, but it's not. It has no kedusha to it, so don't bring it to the Beis Hamikdash. Thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Melech haolam she'akol niyeh b'dvaroy. Hareini nazir. Yigal b'mikdash. Of course, a typical nazir. You have to shave your head in Beis Hamikdash, bring korbanos in Beis Hamikdash. V'megilach b'Beis Chanyoi lo yatsa. Hareini nazir shagal b'Beis Chanyoi. But if he says I am a nazir on condition that I could shave in Beis Chanyoi, yigal b'mikdash. He really should shave in the Beis Hamikdash. However, he's also yotza in Beis Chanyoi. Reb Shimon Oimer ein ze nazir. It's nothing. You could shave in the barbershop. It's not. It has nothing to do with nazirus. Says the Gemara, going back to the beginning, that if he said, I'm bringing in a Beis Chanyoi on condition yotza mikdal katlo. You're killing an animal. You're not shechting it anywhere. To shecht, you have to shecht in the Beis Hamikdash. Omer Rav Avnuna, Nase ka'omer harei alai oila al menash leischai b'chariyuso. What's going on here? If I have a oila and I kill it, the animal's not behaving, so I kill it, so I'm over on shchutei chutz. I'm taking something that's supposed to be shechted in the Beis Hamikdash, I kill it outside, I'm chayiv kares. But if I make a condition, no, according to everybody. This is possible in general. Now, if I make a condition, I say I'm bringing oil on condition that I could bring it in Beis Chanyoi, so I'm removing my achrayus from this animal. So if I kill the animal, then I'm not chayiv. That's all I'm doing. I'm removing my achrayus. Now that's dafka if he says Beis Chanyoi. If he stam says, let's say, I'm removing my achrayus, then yes, it'll work if the animal dies by itself. Then I don't have to replace it with another oila. But if you kill it physically, you intentionally kill it, then you're going to be chayav a carbon. You can't remove your obligation by removing the achrayus and killing it intentionally. However, if you said bebeis chanyoi, then because beis chanyoi. Oh, so let's see. Elomeato. That doesn't make any sense. Elomeato seifa diktoni hareini nazir shagal bebeis chanyoi yigal b'mikdash. That's very good when it comes to the animal, but when it comes to naziros, how can you explain that if what we're explaining now is that he's yotza, meaning that he's not chayiv anything. He doesn't have to bring another animal. Very good, you don't have to bring another animal. But what happens to his naziros? How are you going to remove the naziros by shechting his carbon outside the Beis Hamikdash? The only way to remove his naziros is by bringing a real carbon in the Beis Hamikdash. So what does it mean yotza? How can you remove the naziros? If he shaved his hair in Beis Chanya, it's okay. Okay, I'll agree with you that I could remove my achrayis on the carbon. Nazir kimodalei ma'aseh korban osay l'miskasher. But a nazir, as long as I don't bring the carbon, then he's going to remain a nazir. He'll remain a nazir forever. What did he gain? Why does it say yatsa? Elo amarava dupshat. Adam ze l'dor niskaven. When he said I'm bringing a oila, he meant I'm bringing a gift, not an oila. So Rav is mechlok on the whole thing. So if I'm bringing a gift and I shech this gift outside of the Beis Hamikdash, I'm not chayiv kares. It's a big nafkamina. Omar isagi bebeis chanyoy terachna. If I could get it to chanyoy, so Rashi explains that he lives closer to chanyoy than he lives to the Beis Hamikdash. So if I could get there, great. More than that, more than schlepping myself to Beis Chanyoy, I don't want to do. Nozinami, and
what is Beis Chanyoy? What value does it have to go dafka there as opposed to a random house?
Saying Beis Chanyoy.
It doesn't have value. Correct. It is.
And it's worse.
No. So it's well, no. Our Mishnah holds it's not.
So then I can do it in my house just.
You're right.
Even if I say
You
Beis
could.
Chanyoy.
Yeah, you're right.
Are you allowed
You could.
Are you allowed to bring a gift, inverted commas, make it look like a carbon, all the trimmings of carbon? I think that's not allowed.
No, to do like a tamura, to do something like that, it would be awesome. But just to say I'm giving a gift, not to do all the trimmings. Or like, let's say Nazirus. Nazirus, he's not saying I am a Nazir, he's just saying I'm making a shvur, I'm not going to drink wine. V'Rav Amnuna. Yeah, did we get there? This person wants to inflict on himself pain. If I could get myself all the way to Beis Chanya and take a haircut over there, great. That's all I want to do. But it's not in the gather of Nazirus. It's some sort of shvur that he made. So Mela, you're not chayiv kares if you shecht it outside of the Beis Hamikdash. Rav Amnuna Omar. So Rav Amnuna basically says, look, Rav has a great kasha on Nazir. Okay, so let me change the pshat in Nazir. But why do I need to change the pshat in Oila? So basically he takes the best of both worlds. I'll say the pshat in Oila like the first pshat, and then I'll take the pshat in Nazirus like Rava. Rav Nuna Amar Loch, Nazir Kedekamas. I agree with you, Rava, that when it comes to Nazirus, he didn't mean that he's a Nazir in the Torah, he just made some sort of gift to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Oila, the Oila go like the first pshat in the Gemara. He removed the achrayis, but it remains a Oila to the point that if you shecht it outside of the Beis Hamikdash, you chayiv kares, but you don't have to bring another carbon Oila because he removed his achrayis for it. Rabbi Yochanan also agrees to that point. If a person said that I'm bringing an oila, vekriva be'eretz Yisrael. He didn't bring it to the Beis Hamikdash. He just brought it in Eretz Yisrael, not in Beis Chanyoy, not in the Beis Hamikdash. Yotza. Now, here's an interesting chiddush a little bit, because he said, and that's your point. He said be'Beis Chanyoy. I'm going to do it after Beis Chanyoy. You don't have to bring a Beis Chanyoy. Beis Chanyoy means anywhere not in the Beis Hamikdash, and that's why Yotza v'onish kares. But he gets kares because he's just shechted an oila outside the Beis Hamikdash. Oila goes only in Beis Hamikdash. But yotza means he doesn't have to bring another oila. Why? Because he removed his achrayis. He's no longer responsible for this animal, even though he killed it physically, intentionally. So Rashi says an interesting thing here, that the person thought to himself, why didn't he say midbar? What's the chiddush in midbar? Because he thought that there's some gedusha left in the midbar from the Klal Yisrael walking around in the midbar, shechting karbanos all over the midbar. Where in the midbar? I don't know. He thought the entire midbar, everywhere in the midbar has gedusha. I could bring a oil over there. He made a mistake. Vikriva be'evar yarden yotza va'anush kares. He's chayiv kares. Why? Because a oila belongs in the Beis Hamikdash. Says the Mishnah. Hakoyanim sheshimshu bebeis chanyoy lo yishamshu b'mikdash Yerushalayim. Koyanim, even if though this Tana believes that they meant a good thing, but at the end of the day, it's also to bring karbanos on a bama when there's a Beis Hamikdash. So any kohen that performed the avodah in Beis Chanyoy, he's punished. He cannot do the avodah in the Beis Hamikdash forever. even if he did tshuva. Ve'in tzarich loymar l'davar acher. Certainly, if a kohen performed a shchita avoda for avodah zara, not shchita, avodah zara, l'davar acher, then he also cannot perform in the Beis Hamikdash. It's not befitting that a kohen that performed one avodah for avodah zara should come to our Beis Hamikdash and perform for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shenemar achlo yalu kohanei habomois el mizbach Hashem b'Yerushalayim ki im ochlu matzis b'kerb hachem. So the kohanim that perform the avodah on the bomois, they cannot perform avodah in the Beis Hamikdash. However, they could eat matzos with the rest of the kohanim. They could do other things with the kohanim. They don't lose their kahuna completely. They just can't perform avodah. Says the Mishnah, Harelu kebalim mumim. They have a halacha like a balmum. Cholkim v'oichlim v'loi makrivim. They could still benefit from the food. They could eat the food. They could shear in the hides, whatever it is, but they cannot do hakrava. Now there's a very interesting tosfos here. I think we should see it inside because it's halacha l'maisa b'zman hazeh. Lo yishamshu b'mikdash b'Yerushalayim, says tosfos b'sefer hizir, because of the sefer called hizir, it says kohen shehemer datoi leisa eskapov. What about a kohen that goes off the derech and then he does tshuva? It happens all the time, or like about tshuva himself. What is the halacha? Can he do duchening?
Who says, where is it talking about coming back? It's
Not
not
talking
about
about
the
tshuva, it's
direct,
talking
right?
about-
He made that toes, not
He
about
came out
Yes,
the birth.
but obviously he wants to do duchening now. That means he's done with it.
The problem is that he went off, not someone that was off.
Well, he comes back.
Let's see.
He comes back for Shabbos. It's still-
Obviously, we're talking about now that he's from. Okay, yeah. No, a kohen that's off the derech of 100,000% can't do duchening. He's off the derech. We're talking about that right now today. He is from.
Of do the Rabbanim Meilah make
What?
that shalom.
Somebody eats strafers, I don't know, and the monster guy.
Yeah.
Something.
No.
And he comes to shul and he's a kohen and he wants to do it. Is he allowed?
Why should he be allowed to?
He's allowed?
He's in Oisa Maisa Amcha right now today, and you want him to duchen? I don't think so. I don't think
These
any.
kids that come Friday night, Shabbos day.
Okay, so that's only.
They can't get
That's not
up.
called.
Okay.
That's not called.
I'm gonna discuss all that. This is all. That's only Rishon.
Hiberdus is the guy who's not because he
Okay.
changes religion. That's
Eat
it.
strafers.
Lo yisas kappa v'lo yikra rishon. He shouldn't. He doesn't get kohen anymore. D'chsiv v'kidashtoi vu achle l'kedushasei v'adu rabbanim ma'ila v'pnei dar kishalom. Here's very interesting. The reason why a kohen gets the first aliyah is because of dar kishalom. V'hai kivin d'itchi itchi. Once he got pushed off, he gets pushed off forever. Even if he comes back, there's no dar
These
kishalom.
fellows were not Itchi originally. They never worked to begin with.
Exactly. That's why it's okay.
Okay. Now, V'Rashi Pirish.
A kohen who married a grusha, let's say.
Yeah.
Right? Can't do it.
Yeah.
And what happens if he divorces her? Can he start?
So according to this, kivin d'itchi. Once it's
Why?
pushed
It
off.
wasn't
According to
in the
this,
dust side.
it doesn't matter. But I'm saying Tosfos says itchi
If you-
if a kohen cannot duchen at one point in his life
That's
because
why he can't.
he said because he married a
No,
grusha.
but
He married a
that's a
grusha.
crime of passion. It's a different
Who
thing.
cares? It's itchi.
It's a different thing.
But itchi, you're not listening.
Tosfos said.
No, Tosfos
it's
says
not.
that-
It depends why it was itchi.
Time out. It doesn't
That's
depend.
why.
Tosfos says that this concept of darki shalom, once you're removed because of darki shalom, so then I don't have the darki shalom anymore. That's what Tosfos says. Doesn't matter why. Now Rashi Pirish, Rashi in a different place in the Shilas and Shuvas, Rashi in Shilas and Shuvas says that he's kosher. He is kosher. Rashi says a svara that the only mum that a kohen that duchen has is on his hands, but a different mum going off the derech is not a mum that's brought down in a mela.
Again, he says Hiberdus, he doesn't say.
And then it
anything
says-
about Grusham.
Shein shares the vadi kosher duchen v'likris b'torah tchila. Fine, that's that. Now there are many rishonim on this. It goes like this. Whoever wants to see, it's in the back of the Mesifta. There's 40 things, and Wolf, Simon Wolf also. But the Rambam says very interesting halacha. Rambam says that a kohen that was forced to do avodah zarah, he was forced to be meimer das. He can never duchen again, but forced. Even though he's a oinus, the Kesef Mishnah screams chai v'kayim. Where do we see such a thing in our sugya? We only see the concept of shoygeg or that he did it, but that that he did it b'mezid, but a guy that was forced ba'oinus, like literally, they took his hand and made him go. The Rabbi Paskins, he can't duchen and he can't. Now, just to mention here,
That's what it is.
the Rabbeinu Gershom Goyla brings.
I thought about that.
On one hand, he says he can never. Hold on, Nachman. On the one hand, the Rabbeinu Gershom says. On the one hand, he says that you can never duchen again. On the other hand, there's another truth that says he for sure could. But one thing that Noam brought up here, and that's very interesting from Rishonim, we see here that I printed off from the Simon Wolf's website. It says this is a concept you see throughout the Rishonim, and it says over here also. If you don't allow him, you see there's a lot of, by the way, in shuls, it's not proportionate the amount of bali tshuva duchening to the regular people. There's a lot, I don't know how that happened, but for some reason, duchen is fine, become bal tshuva duchen. It's a good thing. Now if you don't let them duchen, they might not become bal tshuva, so that's a reason to let them duchen. That's what it says in the Rishonim.
Today everyone's stuff climate.
Also, they could say Kaddish, by the way. Even if they have parents, say Kaddish, become from.
Same condition in the day.
That's when people did become from, when they had to say Kaddish.
I don't know. Fine. So there's a lot of different chuvas here. A lot of, if you want to see, it goes all different ways. And by the way, in our shul in Chicago, there's a guy that was. This is also together. There was a guy in Vietnam War that killed somebody, and the Rav said he cannot duchen anymore because he killed the nefesh, and that's also part of these halachas over here. The Shulchan Aruch says, "V'yesh oimrim." The Ramah brings, "Sheim also tshuva noise kapov v'chein yikar." So he brings the one shita that you could v'chein yikar. Okay, so that's no, but v'yesh oimrim. Okay, so Menachem asked me if we could finish early today.
Which is not just a claim. What happens if somebody was a chazan in a reformed temple, right? And nowadays the tefillah is like avodah. So therefore, the same halacha would apply. They bring from here.
Yeah.
That somebody who was a chazan in a reformed temple.
That's considered Heimer Daitoi?
Can't be a chazan.
That's considered Heimer Daitoi. Wow. Okay. Says the Gemara, Omer Rav Yehuda.
The sooner the better.
Omer Rav Yehuda. This that we said in our Mishnah. Kohen sheshachad avodah zara karbon reich nichoyach. It doesn't apply to shchita. We were talking in the Mishnah about avodah. Shchita, if a kohen shechted for avodah zara and then he did tshuva, then he comes to Beis Hamikdash to shecht regularly, his carbon is reich nichoyach. It smells good to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Omer Rav Yitzchak bar Avdimi, Mikra, where do you see it? Yan asher yishor soisam. Here, I have the pasuk. Yan asher yishor soisam lefnei giluleim. What does it say? All the way in the beginning of the pasuk, in red, yisharsu. That's the key word here. Yisharsu meaning a specific avodah in the Beis Hamikdash that only a kohen can do. Shchita is not considered yisharsu because even a zar could do it, so it's not yisharsu. And then what does it say in the pasuk? And then the continuation is Akena Sasi Yadi Aleim Num Hashem Alehim V'nosu Avainam. But it says this interesting lashon of Lemichshal Avain. The Gemara wants to, on the one hand, say that Lemichshal means Shoigeg and Avain means Mezid. Uchsiv Basrei V'lo Yikshu Eli Lechayin. And afterwards, the next passage says, "Do not come and do the avodah." He ovid sheirus in, if he performed sheirus, service, then he cannot do avodah. Shchita lav sheirusu, but shchita is not considered a service. Itmar. Now, what about zrika? Shogag bizrika. What does shogag bizrika mean? He, without knowing, he thought he's an amoretz. What do they say in English? Not knowing the law is not an excuse.
Ignorance is no excuse.
The cop will always tell you, what's the lashon?
No excuse.
There's a better law. No, ignorance of the law is not a defense. Okay, fine. He didn't know. He didn't know you're not allowed to do zrikat avodah zara. Big shayt to this guy. No, I thought there's a better.
No, it's a better one.
There's a lie.
Ignorance is no defense.
No.
Hebrew, there's a saying, idiot, the
Yeah, okay, fine. So this guy thinks Hold on. Anybody have a picture? Pick that up. We got to send a picture to Yeshua. One more time. Hold on. Pick it up. I'll flip the video.
I'm bringing another set.
Okay, fine. So this guy, he tainas, or it's true, he didn't know you're not allowed to do zrika to avodah zarah. The mamish anamoritz. So, if you do it b'shoigig, it's a big chiddush here, no? Where do you have a situation where a guy does an averi b'shoigig, he gets penalized for life? It's not that bring a carbon chatas. No, you have a stain on you forever and ever. You did it b'shoigig, too bad. You're never doing any avodah there. Rav Nachman says no. Rav Nachman says reich nechoyach. Omar Rav Sheshes Minoah Min Allah. I'll prove it to you. The chsiva hoylu beis Yisrael michshol avoin. My love, oy michshol, oy avoin, or stumbling. What does stumbling mean? Stumbling means it's bar mitzvah bacher. Come in. What does stumbling mean? It means a shoygig. Oy avoin means mezid. Or michshol shoygig for avoin mezid. Rav Nachman michshol da avoin. It's one word. Michshol avoin. He stumbled to do an averi b'mezid. How do I know that he could perform the avodah if he did zrika b'shoigeg? The sanya v'chiper hakoyin ala nefesh hashogeges becheto bishgogo melamed. Now the koyin could help other people get out of the averis, and we have a concept usually eno the matir atzmi v'sasurim, but over here a koyin could help himself. Melamed shekoyin miskabei de'atzmoi. Now, what did he do that he could help himself? If he did shchita, if he did the shchita, even b'mezid, we said that shchita is not considered an avodah. It's not sheirus, and therefore he should be able to continue helping himself out. Elalav b'zrika. It's talking about zrika. No. This is kind of shchita. So why did you? But you asked me a big kasha that even if the shchita was b'mezid, he could continue performing. Or b'mezid loy nase koimer la'avodah zarah. In my Gemara it says koimer. In most of the Gemaras it says misharis, because if you look at the side, it was censored. The real word is koimer, but they were scared of the goyim. You can't write priest in the Gemara because the church would not like it, so they took it out. But today that we don't really care, so they put it right back in. Or b'mezid loy nase koimer la'avodah zarah. Why? Because when you perform, listen to this. Even though shchita is not considered an avodah, but if someone performs shchita on purpose, we consider him a priest. L'avodah zarah, and memela that makes him aser. V'azal tamayu, and this goes according to their own shitas. The itmar hazid. If a kohen did avodah zarah b'mezid, and then he did tshuva, and then he did shchita. I'm sorry, Hazid b'shchita, his Hazid, his Mazid was b'shchita, and he did tshuva. Rav Nachman Omer Korbani Reach Nechoyach, Rav Sheshes Omer In Korbani Reach Nechoyach. Rav Nachman Omer Korbani Reach Nechoyach Delo Yavat Sheirus. Rav Sheshes Omer In Korbani Reach Nechoyach, Naaseh Koyim Avodah Zarah. This is the exact same shita. Now, just a real quick peek in Rashi, top Rashi, because it's easy to find. We said that shchita is not that difficult, is not a problem. You have to say that it's talking about what we said all the way in the beginning of the sugya, that shchita doesn't pass. It's talking about shogi, but over here we're talking about mezes. So then that's obvious. It becomes a priest. Amr Rav Nachman Minoah Minillah the Sanya Koyin She'ovad Avodah Zarah v'Shav Korban Reich Nechoyach b'Mai. This halacha that we learned in the Brayso, that a kohen that did Avodah Zarah and he did tshuva, his carbon is considered a reach nichayach. It's a good carbon. B'mai, what happened? Eli b'shoigeg my b'shav. B'shav means he did tshuva. But if it was b'shoigeg, why did he do tshuva? B'mai b'shav shava oimidu. He's in the same spot. He doesn't have to go anywhere. He doesn't have to go backwards. It was the shoigeg. Elopshita b'mezid. Obviously, he's talking about it. He did it b'mezid. V'bezriga kishav mehavi ha'avad leisherus. Obviously, you can't do tshuva from zrika like we said before. Once you do avodah, he's gone for life. Elalah b'shchita. It's talking about that he did shchita b'mezid and he did tshuva. So you see, you can do tshuva for mezid according to Rav Sheshes Omer Loch. What? Yeah, only shchita you can do tshuva because it's not sheirus. Rav Sheshes Omer Loch lo'olam b'shoigeg. Oh no, it's the new coffee guy.
Thank you for the
You're sure you'll pay for it.
He's not feeling so well.
He's fired.
What does it mean, shav? That it never happened, says the Gemara. Shav mi kari dichavad b'shogig ovad when he and not b'mezid. Korban erech nichoyach b'mlav ain't korban
If you
erech
did a major,
nichoyach.
then that's it, you're done.
No, so there's Rav Sheshes pshat in the pasuk. Menachos said even if you do b'mezid, you're not done.
Sheshes said that, yeah.
That shav means that he never got to the position of
If you did
a
a major, he's
mezid.
done.
Right. Now, so we spoke about shchita, we spoke about zrika. Hishtachav el avodah zarah. What about bowing to avodah zarah? It's not an avodah. It's not one of the avodas of a sheirus. It's not a sheirus, but it's a physical action towards avodah zarah. Hishtachav el avodah zarah. Rav Nachman omer korban reach nichoyach. Rav Nachman is lenient. He says if he does tshuva, then he could bring a korban. Rav Sheshes omar ein korban reach nichoyach. What if he just said with his mouth? He said, Eli ato, says Rashi, you are my God. He says to avodah zarah. He didn't do action though. So Rav Nachman Omar Korbani Reach Nichoyach, the same halachas all through. Rav Sheshes Omar in Korbani Reach Nichoyach Utzricha. We need all four cases. The Ashmin and Hachka Ma'asav. If we only say the Zrika B'Shoigeg. Va'ik Omar Rav Sheshes Mishum Da'avali Sheirus. The reason why Rav Sheshes says it's no good because he did Sheirus, he did service. Avashchita lo Avali Sheirus. Ema Moida Rav Nachman. Maybe Rav Sheshes will be Moida that Shchita is okay. The Ashmin and Shchita Mishum Da'avali Avodah. Avali Shtach V'Lo Avali Avodah. Ema Loi. Tzricha. So that's why we need these two. Now, if I would say only bowing is action. So basically the Gemara is taking a tzrichus on the first two, and then it ignores the first two and goes to the second two, as if the first two don't exist. That ishtachava is a maisa, dibur is not a maisa, tzricha. The Mishnah says, and certainly if you do avodah zarah, if a kohen you can't perform, says the Gemara, I could infer from this that our Mishnah holds that Beis Chonyoy is not avodah zarah. So our Mishnah goes according to the Mandama that says that it wasn't avodah zarah, he was trying to do a good thing, the Sanya. So again, for those of you who weren't here by the Akdama, Shimon HaTzadik was a Kohen Gadol for 40 years, the first 40 years of Bayis Sheni. And his son, Shimi, was the oldest, and he had another son, Chanya, who was born 2.5 years later, the Gemara is going to say, and he appointed him the Kohen Gadol. Now, he was also, what?
Oldest was Eliezer?
No, Shimi.
Shimon ben Shimon?
Shimon, that's what he asked. That Shimi is seems like, so for me, you see, it's not Shimon. It's not a Shimi.
His name is Shemi. Shemi ben Gera.
No. They were very not Sephardi. They were Yerushalayim. They were very Ashkenazi. Says the Gemara, the Sanya, Oisa Shona Shemei Shimon HaTzadik Omer Lahen Shona Zu Hu Meis. He realized that this is it. He's going to die. Omer Loi B'nai Nata Yudea. How do you know? Omer Lahen Kol Yom HaKippurim Nizdamim Li Zoken Echad Lovish Levanim. Every Yom Kippur, I go into the Kodesh HaKadoshim, and there's an old man that accompanies me in. He's wearing white, v'nesat levanim, and he's also wrapped in white. V'nichnasimi. Now, let me ask you a question. How can a person other than the Kohen Gadol go into the Kodesh HaKadoshim?
If he's an image, you can go.
He cannot.
If he's a mirage.
And he can't even go, even a malach cannot go into the Kodesh HaKadoshim. Says the Tosfos, and he brings Yerushalmi top Tosfos, that it has to be, that's the Shechina itself that accompanied him. V'nichnas imi, v'yotza imi. Every single year for 40 years, for 39 years, he came in with me and he went out with me. Shonazu, but on the 40th year, nizdam li zoken echod lovish shchorim. That symbolizes avelus. V'nesatev shchorim. He's wrapped in black. V'nichnas imi, v'loyotza imi. Says the Gemara, lachar regel. Immediately after Sukkot, cholo shivas yomim. He was sick for 7 days of a mace, and today, that's what people say, that his yahrzeit is on Chof Tes Tishrei, which falls out 7 days after Sukkot. I've never gone there. I lived across the street, and it's in the Arab neighborhood, and I never went in there. I should really go. Shimon Tzadik. You always see Yerushalmi walking there all day long. Okay. V'nimnu echov hakoyhanim milavarach b'shem. From that day on, where Birkos Kehanim had the Shem HaMefoirash, from that day on, they removed the Shem HaMefoirash. Like we say today. That was it. Forever. B'shas pitirosoi omer lehem. And here's the story. As he was dying on his deathbed, he said, Chonyoy b'ni yisham ishtachtai. Let my son Chonyoy be the Kohen Gadol. Niskana b'shimi achiv. Shahoyo gadol mimenu shtei shonim umechza. 2.5 years. Interesting. So Shimi was jealous. Omaloi, this is a message b'chol yoyim in Klal Yisrael even today. You have this issue. Omaloi boy v'lametcho seder avodah. So Shimi was tricking. He tried to trick him. Rashi says the Chonyo was smarter, but I don't know if Rashi is talking about in the second shita or even in the first shita. In Taisus, but over here he didn't know how to do the avodah.
Who's Amalai?
Shimi says, "Listen, I'm going to teach you." He wanted to trick him. He wanted to kill him. He was so jealous of him. He wanted him dead. So what did he do? He said, "Let me teach you. You even though it's interesting because from Taisus it seems like Chonyo was always accompanied his father as his gan kohen even." So he kind of knew the avodah. So what is he teaching him? Because he's teaching him. I saw the Menachos says he's teaching him. He didn't know. He always saw his father doing the avodah, but he never knew how to do it the first day. That he didn't see. He said, "Oh, let me teach you how to do the first day." He bishoy bunkeli v'chagori betzilzel. It seems like this was some sort of shirt that women wear. V'chagori betzilzel and a belt that women wear. He said, "No. On the first day, you have to wear your wife's clothes."
And he believed it.
Bikshu echov akoyhanim lahargoy. They were, what do you be mizalzel b'kuna? We got to kill you. Rotz mibneim. They chased him. V'rotzu achrov. Holach l'Alexandria shel Mitzrayim. He escaped and he ran to Mitzrayim. Oh, I went to the next sugya.
You just read the end of the book.
Look what he did to his beloved, meaning his wife. Although
Who says?
Shimi goes to the authorities and says, "Look what he did. This guy is wearing these clothing. He's making a mockery out of the kahuna." And he did it for his wife. He made a deal with her. He said, "Look, I am going to wear your clothing on my first day there." It's like, the signs. Look, they do it. They sports guys. And look, I'm wearing this. He wore his wife's clothes. So, there's Rishonim that say Lavose means, the Rambam says, Lavose means a Zoyna that he had. Look, he told his wife, "I'm going to wear this stuff," and that's why he's wearing it. They wanted to kill him. So this is very interesting. It starts off saying that he was the one roy for the avodah, and it ends off saying what? According to the Rambam. According to Rashi says Ishtoi. It's his wife.
But the Gemara started off saying that this is according to the Shita that it was.
Oh, not yet. Now there's another Shita. He didn't want it. A person, Shimi, who never had the power, he saw the power from afar and he wanted it. Look what he did. He wanted to kill his own brother. Imagine somebody that's already in power try to remove somebody that's in power. Yeah. Yesterday I said at the thing, the island liked it. I said, me also. I was like, the first, when they asked me to say the shir, no, I don't want. But now that I'm saying shir and Menachos tried to take it away, I want to kill the guy. Didn't Reb Meir.
Okay, keep it.
Amalei Reb Yehuda, Lo Yikach Chayei Ma'isa. No, says Reb Yehuda, no. You have it all. You have some of the facts right, but the Iker Ma'isa is different. Ela Lo Yikibel Olav Chonyoy. Chonyoy never accepted it. He didn't want it. He actually was no anova. He said no. Shimi, my brother deserves it. Nevertheless, he regretted it. Later he said, "Look, I had it a second ago. Why did I give it up? It doesn't make sense." It's mamish, it's human nature. And he's the one that came up with the trick, and he's the one that wanted to kill his brother Shimi. So here Chonyoy told the authorities, look what Shimi, my brother, did. He promised his wife he's going to wear these clothing. Look what he did. Soch lahem kol hamoyer. So Shimi turned around and said, no, my brother tricked me here. Bikshu laharig is Chonyoy. So then they want to kill Chonyoy. They always wanted to kill Chonyoy. Ratz mipneim.
Want to kill somebody.
If you make a mockery of the kahuna, they took it very seriously. Ratz mipneim v'ratzu achrov. Ratz beis hamelech. Over here it sticks in that he ran to the king's house. Some people say there was no king then, so then he ran to the mountain of the king. V'ratzu achrov kol haroyos ha'omer zehu. Zehu, this is the guy that we're chasing. So he had to leave Eretz Yisrael completely. And over here, it's interesting. Even though he's a bad guy, he wanted to kill his brother. So our Mishnah goes according to this shita that the whole Beis Chanyoy was the Shem Shomayim.
But it was built by Shimon.
No, built by Chanyoy. This is Chanyoy running away. This Chanyoy is still running. But in both cases, Chanyoy running away. The Kohanim were upset that he tried to trick, so they chased Chanyoy, the tricker. In the first case, they didn't know that there was a trick, so they chased the guy that was tricked.
Why do they Sachlaim in the first case?
What?
In the second case, it's Sachlaim.
Right. I don't know. That's what happened. I don't know why.
Is the time runner automatically the Yerusha?
You mean like? I don't know. You know? He said he's more roy. Chanya is more roy. Taisus brings down that he knew more. He's a bigger Yerushalayim.
Maybe there were.
It's like the Chasidus, they argue that.
Okay, let's just go.
No, but in Chassidus, they both become rabbis.
They could.
Good, they don't want to kill the other.
Ve'elo Hashem Shemayim Shinav V'Yom Yimizbech LaHashem B'Soch Eretz Mitzrayim V'Tzevet Tzigvula Hashem Uksholem Chacham V'Dover Omu Mazeh Shebarach Mimeno Kach HaMevakesh Le'er Lo Alachas Kama V'Kama. This person that ran away from COVID, he ended up being jealous from the COVID. So Kolchkein, if somebody has, and that hour is like Tanya. Let's just do 3 more lines.
Tomorrow.
Okay, we could.
Everybody can help bring stuff in. It takes pen to fill in your sure spot. And everyone has a